Hi, my name is Kristin Gutierrez. I'm your host for Women in Localization's Ask the Expert. And today I am joined by Sultan Ghaznawi. Hello.
Hello, Kristin.
Everyone knows you, but for those who might not, tell us who you are.
Let me first by thanking you for inviting me to speak in the Ask the Expert series. I think Women in Localization is doing a fantastic job in raising the profile of our industry and opening opportunities for women and everyone in general. I am very proud of your work. I'm so happy to be speaking with you today. And to introduce myself, my name is Sultan Ghaznawi. I'm based in Toronto, Canada, and I'm the president of a company called Hybrid Links. I lead a team of highly talented and really fun group of people that is spread across 4 continents. And we operate, again, as I said, from North America, where our central hub is, but we also have production facilities in Europe, Asia, and Africa. And I've been in this business since 2006, and I love it. I enjoy working with people. It gets me to see the world differently compared to what other people see.
This is true. And thank you for the kudos to Women in Localization. We really appreciate that. And thank you. You might recognize Sultan's voice. He has a podcast of his own.
Yes, absolutely. I host the Translation Company Talk podcast, and I invite people like Kristin, who was here in our last episode, and she expertly covered the topic of e-learning localization. I think that's an expertise that she and her organization actually provide. And the idea is that I learned something from experts, and then I get to share that in a podcast form with other people, and it's a great feeling to do that.
Yeah, it's a great asset for our industry. So thank you so much. Okay, so tell us then a little bit about your career and how you became the president of your company.
Well, thanks for that question. I found myself in this industry as a combination of chance and interest. I was always interested in languages, and while my higher education was in computer science from University of Toronto, and I worked for a Canadian telecom for about 10 years doing things like designing requirements for mobile phone architectures. I was in charge of developing specifications for application environments and phones. If you remember, in early 2000s, cellular phones were evolving from being just a telephony device to a walking computer. My job there was to work with manufacturers and create Java-based downloadable application systems. So I was good at that, but my heart was always in languages. To backtrack, in 2001, I had an opportunity to put my language skills to good use and earn handsomely. In 2006, as I said, I decided to form my own company, and I have, at the time I also had a full-time job, and I did that for about 3 years. Until my business was able to give me a salary and be sustainable on its own. So in 2009, I quit my job as I found it difficult to balance the demand from my day work and the side hustle. At that time, I decided to go full-time in the world of translation, and since then I haven't looked back. I think it was a very wise decision on my part to take that plunge and have full faith in myself and doing that.
No, I love it. Okay, so many things in there. I do remember when cell phones became more like computers. I was at SDL, and I'll never forget my colleague when he got his first iPhone and yada, yada, yada. The rest is history. I find it fascinating that you and I, minus the fact that I don't own my own company, we both started in the industry. I was 05, you're 06, and here we are, never looked back. And I love that we both, not that this matters, but it's interesting to do the interviews and ask everyone their career path. And some people do go to professional schooling for it and get advanced degrees in the industry, but you and I stumbled into it in different ways. And so I just find that fascinating because it gives people hope on the ground level who are interested in it, but then they realize there is school available, but they didn't go to school. So now the question is, do I go to school or do I jump in feet first like you and I did? And I don't think there's any wrong way to have the best outcome.
I agree with you. I think, Kristin, that having that knowledge, that solid formation and background is important, that education, it takes you in so many places. But if you have passion for something, you don't really need someone else to show you how to do it. You will go and learn those things, trust me. And I think that's what happened to both yourself and I and several other colleagues that I've spoken with. When you want to get something done, you don't wait for someone to teach you the tips and tricks. You figure it out, and probably in ways that they don't even know how it's done. So I'm very lucky, and I think I'm very blessed. I speak 7 languages. So I found myself that in this world, all these languages are used in so many different ways. So I found it very exciting.
Which 7 languages do you speak?
I speak my own language is Persian. I speak Pashto. I speak Urdu, Hindi. I speak English. I speak a bit of Punjabi as well. I speak French, and my Arabic is right now, it's probably really bad, but I speak bits and pieces of Arabic too.
That's awesome. Okay, so as you've gone through your career and where you are now, kind of what's some lessons, or what's a lesson that you learned that you wanted to share?
I think the world has changed a lot since you and I started, but I find it that certain things don't change. When I started out, social media, technology, and other factors did not play a role in doing your job as much as it does today. I became a leader, again, by choice, or, I had an opportunity. I think it's a very noble and it's very humbling to be a leader. Although technology allowed us to create possibilities beyond what we could do then, I think we should be human first. That's my philosophy. As a leader, I want to let people know that caring and treating people kindly goes very far. It's true that we are in the business and our focus is growth, but that will not happen without people and without them caring about the business. As an owner and a leader, if I care about the people doing the work, I believe they will care about their work. So I think it goes without saying that today kindness is an important commodity. In the context of lockdowns and what goes on around us, I think it's important to be flexible and understand what our staff are going through. To sum it up, my advice is to treat yourself and your staff with as much care as you extend to your business and to your work. Nature has an interesting way of reciprocity when we do things without asking for anything in exchange. That's what I want to share with everyone.
Oh, I love that. That's great. What a great topic, and no one else has covered it. So there you go. Okay, anything else you wanted to add before we wrap up?
So I just wanted to share with you what I am interested in these days, what gets me excited. I think that combining human power with technology and creating something unique, that gets me really excited. And I think we are at the cusp of something very interesting in our industry, and people listening who want to know what the future holds, I want to share with them what my personal view is. I will give you an example. AI or artificial intelligence, it's a buzzword or a combination of words, and it's getting better every day in so many areas. But humans play 2 critical roles in making it successful. What are they? So, well, we have to tell AI about our habits and expectations, which is the training data. Just like we raise a baby, we have to tell them about the world, and whatever we tell them, they will learn. So, but unlike the baby, AI does not have its own personality. If we tell it good things, it will do good things. If we share our bad habits with it, it will do that. So at the end, it comes down to how we are creating this. As an industry, I think we're producers of data. You and I both know that speech and text will mushroom this year and next year. So it's important for us to be a part of that discussion at least. And we have to find ways to influence which direction this is going to. The second role we play, I think equally important, is that AI is for consumption by people. Whether it is a voice, text, video, image, or any type of action it performs, the user is at the end a human. We have to find ways to make sure it's an ecosystem where both technology and people can thrive and learn from each other. I'm passionate about addressing both of these areas where we can add value. So again, it's very exciting, and everyone in this industry should be a part of that. I think we can make the change.